You know what time it is. It's one time, baby. It's one time. KOs for life. Yep. It's that time again. It's Keith Thurman time. The Thurminator is back. And he's in his toughest test yet against Robert the Ghost Guerrero, the four-time, or the full-weight world champion. I'm sure it's four-time world champion. I think it's four-time world champion. Anyway, Robert the Ghost Guerrero. His resume is decent. Come up through the weights. And he fought the best pound-for-pound fight in the world, which is Floyd Mayweather. Arguably, people would say he won the first round. But then after that, he couldn't get out of the way of a straight right hand. His last performance was against some, I don't know, sea-level opponent that people thought he'd blow away. Stood in the pocket and stood toe-to-toe with this guy. Guy busted up his face. Took right hands all night long. And it was a grueling battle. Really was. And I don't think that fights like that do boxers any favours whatsoever. Exciting for the crowd. Exciting for the fans. You know, great for TV. But long-term, longevity of a fighter, not good. Guerrero is a lot better skill than that, but for some reason he feels he can sit in the pocket and bang with everybody. On the other hand, we have Keith one-time Thurman coming off I think a very good performance against Leonard Bundu. We all knew the body punching of Bundu was dangerous. We knew that Bundu was pretty tough and strong, and I said that Keith would have a difficult fight against Bundu. Let's not forget he dropped Bundu in the first round, so the power's there. But it was a good performance for Keith. Again, his face seems to get marked up as well, something that Keith Thurman fans should pay attention to. And he was still getting clipped by a 40-year-old. So this was an experienced 40-year-old. Now, everybody knows I love Keith Thurman in terms of a fighter. I think he's an exciting fighter. And it was funny. It was yesterday I was watching old knockouts of Nigel Benn. And I could see the Thurmanism there. And then I could see old videos of David Haye banging people out. And I was like, yeah! I remember those days. And with both Ben and Haye, when they met a guy that could bang back, could take their best shot, and out-heart them, they were nowhere to be seen at the races. We saw that against Eubank for Ben. We saw that against Watson when basically Watson just covered up, rope-a-doped him, waited until he punched himself out, and then took him out. And then for Haye, we saw the Carl Thompson fight. So again, Haye went all guns blazing, trying to knock Thompson out, and ended up getting run out of gas and getting stopped himself. Keith Thurman against Bundu couldn't get the knockout. But what did he do? He got on his bike, he boxed. So we know that at least the Thurman can box, he can do the 12 rounds. Now here's the thing. Neither guy knows what defense is. Thurman is so, like, balanced. I don't know if I can call him a balanced fighter. I think he's more aggressive. You know, he's probably like 70-30% into percentage. 75% aggressive, 25% defensive. Guerrero, another one, does not pay any attention to defense as far as I'm concerned. He's an open sucker for a right hand. And in terms of Keith Thurman, it's great seeing him come forward. It's great seeing Keith come forward and, you know, KOs for life and knocking people out. It's great. And you've heard me say it over and over and over. And I will keep on saying it about Thurman, how he likes to test his chin. And, you know, he said to me, you know, man, at the end of the day, you know, you're going to get hit, so you might as well get hit early. You know what I mean, man? and it's cool. I understand that, but don't get unnecessarily. Jesus Soto Karass, if we remember, Thurman was rocked by him. And you know, this fight, there's something about this fight that is not being said that may have been said had it not been on the NBC network. The NBC network's trying to be, you know, very clean and very, you know, but there is something between Guerrero and Thurman. I don't know what it is, but in body language alone, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Thurman knowing that this is the toughest fight of his career. And he said in the recent interview I did with him, I want to hurt Guerrero. I don't know, because Guerrero got up, he said what he had to say at the press conference. But if you look at the face-off, there's something Guerrero... If you look at Guerrero's action, he's constantly looking at Keith. And then you look at him, just as they part, go back and look at the video. That I played about 3 or 4 times. Keith turns his back and Guerrero still look at him. And Guerrero says something to Keith. I don't know what he says. Now, Keith's been calling out Guerrero for the longest while. I want Robert Guerrero. I want Robert Guerrero. He's got Robert Guerrero now. He's got Robert Guerrero in the corner, and Saturday night he'll be looking at Robert Guerrero. Now, he said that Robert Guerrero ducked him. We don't know the truth in whether Robert Guerrero ducked him or Robert Guerrero did want to avoid it. We don't know. We do know the fight is on now. There's no ducking going on whatsoever. So, I don't know what was said between Thurman and Guerrero. I don't know what words have been exchanged. I wish I could have interviewed both guys. I'll try and see if I can get an interview with Thurman before the fight. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I'll try. But there is something going on in this. There's something there. There is something between these two guys. For Guerrero, should he get smashed by Thurman, the question is, where does his career go from here? So it might be in Guerrero's mind that, hey, if I get beat by Keith Thurman, boy, I don't know what I'm going to do in my career. If Keith Thurman gets beat by Guerrero, Guerrero puts himself, well, it depends how people perceive Keith Thurman. People think he's the next coming of, you know, he's the saviour of the welterweight division. He's the man after Pacquiao and Mayweather. And again, I will go back to something that George Foreman Sr. said about Lennox Lewis when he fought Oliver McCall. The fight before that, he fought Phil Jackson. And George Foreman said, he said, Lennox needs a proper trainer. He needs to settle down and box and stop depending on his right hand. That's what Foreman said. The next fight for Oliver McCall, he got knocked out by McCall. Enter Emmanuel Stewart. The rest is real history. George Foreman III, I interviewed way back. And he alluded in that interview to me. Now, I don't know if he knew the Guerrero fight with Thurman was going to happen or it was on. But from what I gather, he said that Keith Thurman should have a lot more undercard fights for the next year or two. And then take a march onto the welterweight division and dominate the welterweight division. That was his belief. And he believed that Keith Thurman is being moved way too quickly. Now, based on his father, who probably saw Lewis on his way to getting knocked out, he's now saying the same thing about Keith Thurman, saying Thurman's a good fighter, a very good fighter, exceptional fighter. Now, has he got a point? Has the Guerrero fight come too soon? Has Guerrero got what it takes to beat Keith Thurman? Well, here are the things that Guerrero has in his favour. He has a big heart. He has a very good chin. Guerrero's never been knocked out. And he punches straight. Guerrero's punches are straight, but from the southpaw, he punches straight there. Okay? And straight punches, a straight puncher will always get there first to a winged puncher. Winged puncher, Thurman punches from here. All his punches really are here, wide, wing. In fact, some of his punches look like he's a fast bowler. There's a punch he throws like that. And he kind of, you know, And this is not critical of Thurman, it's just what he does. He loads up a lot of shots. You watch Thurman, he loads up, he'll look and boom, boom. Kind of like, hey, loads up. Now, when you're loading up like that, you are open as you load up to be hit straight through the middle. Now, Guerrero was unable to time Floyd Mayweather. He was unable to time Floyd Mayweather. So when he was trying to land his shots, Floyd would hit him with the right hand and get away. The other thing Guerrero does not understand is footwork. Robert Guerrero, if you look at the fight with the last guy he had, it's okay. Stand in the pocket with Guerrero and he'll have a fight with you all day long. Match-up. No problem. As soon as you give Guerrero movement, he starts missing with punches and starts getting frustrated. For Keith to win this fight, he needs to box. Box and bang. Which means when Guerrero leaves himself open, bang, hit him and be away. In and out. And then when he hurts Guerrero, get in there and stop him. That's how he's got to do. He's got to be like a sniper against Guerrero. But do not stay in the pocket. I suspect this fight, but look, Thurman is macho. He's macho. And they may end up going banging straight away. And as soon as Thurman gets tagged by Guerrero, they'll go at it. There are still question marks about Keith Thurman. What does he do when he's hit by somebody that can hurt him? We don't know how good Thurman's chin is yet. We really don't. He was shaken by Jesus Soto Carras. Good thing is, when he was shaken up by Carras, he was watching Carras all the time. He was looking at him. When he was getting hit with shots, he was rolling with shots and watching. That's a good sign. And Thurman has been on the canvas before as well, so he has been dropped. So, how good Keith Thurman's chin is, we don't know. We know that Guerrero's got a great chin. And defense. How much defense does Keith Thurman have? Keith Thurman's feet have been his defense, meaning to be able to move left, right, in, out, side to side. That's Keith Thurman's defense, but Keith Thurman doesn't have a shoulder roll as such, or cross-arm defense, you know, so defense is something that's questionable there. And the jab of Thurman is a good jab. We saw how he switched it and changed to southpaw to knock Bundu down. That looked good and great. Will he box southpaw for the whole fight against Guerrero, or is he going to stick with it in the orthodox style, using the right hand? Ultimately, at this level, both guys, questionable defense, you know, but Guerrero's slow on his feet, and I think the naturally bigger man, which Thurman is, he's the bigger man in there, and he's a powerful welterweight. I think in this fight, should Thurman box correctly, and not leave himself wide open, I believe that he hits Guerrero. Guerrero doesn't catch him. He's got the faster hands. Catches Guerrero on the ropes. Referee comes in and stops the fight, I think. And because Guerrero's so easy to hit, it's a matter of how much Guerrero can absorb. And that last fight Guerrero had, I'm asking the question: how much has Guerrero got left? How much has he really got left? He took a lot of punishment in that last fight. So this fight might not go the distance. Guerrero's chin's been great in the past, but that last fight he had against that geezer, I think that took a lot out of him. So Keith may find a Robert Guerrero who has suddenly had a lot taken out of him. So I'm going with a Thurman stoppage in this one. I just hope that the KO for life doesn't mean that he gets one-timed, because, you know, when you leave yourself open like that as a puncher, I just hope they've worked on tightening up his defense. Like I said, the straight puncher will always get there faster than the curveball puncher. So for me, Thurman, referee stops fight, inside 7. Guerrero being too tough for his own good. However, if Guerrero can take the shot and he can keep coming forward, Keith's going to get on his bike. Let's hope he does get on his bike. So those are my thoughts. Thurman by knockout. Oh, ref stops fight. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out. Take care.